The Zamboni is on the ice resurfacing. The game ahead of us just ended. So we're going to be starting about not quite 15 minutes late for this third place game of the O-Town Showdown with your Shakopee PWC taking on the Okoboji, Iowa Mammoth PWB team. We're going to get the Zamboni through and off 4-minute warm-ups, and then we'll do 3 15-minute periods like we've been doing so far with the O-Town Showdown. So just wanted to go live to start so you knew what was going on and why the broadcast is delayed. We do have a game. It will be starting, albeit just a few minutes late. So we're going to mute. You'll see the players come out on the ice, and we'll come back to you live. We're just taking a little bit of a tour of the Four Seasons ice complex here. 2 rinks. We're on the west rink. Hi to the box people. We're moving on over to our side. And we're going to get up here. Heaters are on, so this is pretty pleasant. So as you can see, the Zamboni's still on the ice. Sorry if you're getting sick at home from me moving the cameras. I almost dropped the tripod straight down. All right, now we're set up. Looks like we might be good to go. Hockey. So crazy. All right. Zamboni's looking close to done here. All right, we're set up. Let's go to a commercial break. We'll be back right after this.
One Hot and Ready Classic. We actually changed it with...
What? You've changed, Little Caesars. You've changed! They've changed, Balloon Bro. You've changed, Karate Man. How can you dance during a time like this? You've changed. Ah! Tell me why.
It tastes even better because we added 33% more pepperoni.
Give me one of those.
Walk in and walk out with the new Hot and Ready Classic with 33% more pepperoni.
Pizza, pizza. All right, that's right, pizza, pizza. You can order now, have it before the end of the game since this game is delayed. Zamboni's got one final pass to go through, and then we'll get the boys out warming up. They're already waiting. Let's get them on video down there. Doing a team pick before the game. 3rd place taking on Okoboji Mammoth. Team is ready. They already defeated one Iowa team this tournament. Took on the Ames Iowa Flyers and took them down last night in the 3rd game of the pool play. And so we're ready to tackle Iowa once again. All right, full bench for coaching, led by Coach Erdahl, standing up tall and proud. There we have Giesecke, Esch, and Lewis rounding out your 4 coaches on the bench. All right, Zamboni pulling off the ice. I got to do a little bit of cleanup there, shut those Zam doors, and then we will be out for the 4-minute practice time. All right, let's look at this. We'll follow him just in case he takes a little dive on the ice. He looks like he's confident walking on ice. But we'll follow him just in case we get a blooper. He's kind of walking right along. Looks like there's a streak right along center ice where maybe the Zamboni didn't quite catch. Yeah, he's picking up a little snow there. So he's just getting that nicely cleaned up. Nice clean ice for a third place game here in Owatonna. All right, he scooped up that little bit of poop in the center of the ice, and now he's going back for more. All right, behind the crease, he wants to make sure he gets that cleaned up too. They take their rink maintenance in Owatonna very seriously. All right, we got the referees on the ice. Welcome, gentlemen. Zamboni doors are closing. Sabres are ready to take the ice. I don't see the Mammoth yet. Here comes your Sabres. They're wearing black sweaters today with red accents. All right, your Sabres are on the ice, and here comes the Mammoth right behind. Mammoth will be wearing white jerseys with dark blue accents and baby blue accents, somewhat reminiscent of Bloomington Jefferson a little bit. A little less baby blue there. All right, both teams on the ice. Coaches coming around for the Mammoth. And clock is counting down on the warm-up time. All right, and now the boys have pucks. All right, we have a full bench once again. Aiden Plum took last afternoon's game off as he was not feeling well, headaches, stuffy nose, all that fun jazz. So instead of going out there and not giving 100%, he took the afternoon off. He's ready to give it all. So we will have our full 13 skaters out there for your Sabres. We'll focus on warm-ups here for the goaltender. There's Brody Johnson getting warmed up in that. He's got those big black pads, taking some shots. Lincoln Anderson waiting in the wings, ready to get warmed up. That tandem yesterday against Ames, Iowa, only let in one total goal. It was a beautiful game by both goaltenders. So let's hope we can defeat Iowa once again with some outstanding goaltending. Brody behind the net adjusting some straps on his pads. He came out late in the game last night. I think he took a stick to a pad and I think had maybe a buckle issue or something. So I don't know if there's still some lingering equipment issues or if he's just getting everything all squared and tightened up. Anderson and net warming up. Just 1 minute left in warm-up before we get this delayed game underway. All right, there is the buzzer for warm-ups. So pucks are getting collected. Some knuckles here. Looks like Anderson getting knuckles from family here as we're sitting right glass side. 15 minutes now on the clock. Final pucks getting collected. Team getting ready to do their little stick tap noise make thing. All right, we are in a little bit better vantage point than yesterday, so hopefully we can get a little bit more ice coverage. We're closer to center ice. Looks like the Sabres going to be starting with Culver at center, flanked by Flom and Ash left and right of him. At D, we have Lenkeek and Giesecke. There's your starting five with Brody Johnson in net starting the game. 15 minutes on the clock, the ref signaling he's ready. There's the whistle, and let's play hockey.
Thank you for attending the Owatonna Showdown. We ask that all players, coaches, and fans treat our officials with respect and great sportsmanship. Owatonna
From on the far side, trip to the puck, dumps it down deep.
For your Marriott for sponsoring this weekend's tournament.
Puck bounced up towards the net, but gathered up by the Mammoth. They skate up and around. Lenkeek backhands it towards the direction of Esch. Now picked up by the Mammoth. Esch strong-arming in. Mammoth, go ahead and ice the puck at 14:22. So we have our first whistle, and it's an icing against the Mammoth. So deep in the offensive zone go the Sabres. All right, looks like now we got Oliver Johnson, Chesbo, and my eyes are bad. Bielke out to the right wing, out to Violet. Violet taps it to Bielke. Bielke centers, just redirected to the side of the net. And now down in that no man's land, looking through a lot of glass, so it's hard to see the action there. Let's hope the puck just goes to the back of the net and not along the near boards. Violet steps up on the far side. Violet pressured, sends it back down deep. He cycles it to Chesbo. Chesbo's got one Mammoth on him. Chesbo carries the puck up around, is loose in the slot, shot, and goal for your Sabres! That was Bielke finishing. Chesbo threw it out front, I believe, and that's a goal for your Sabres, getting them up to a 1-0 lead. Time of that goal, 13:51 of the first period. All right, now we got Bravo left wing. He's chasing after it. Bravo trying to tie up his Mammoth player. Bravo centering right out front. It's loose, just sends just a little bit wide by Lewis out front. There is Erdahl trying to send it right back out to either Bravo or Lewis. Erdahl cycles around. He's being chased by a Mammoth. Almost got tripped up. Centering attempt deflected up high. Giesecke sends one in wide of the net, and now Lenkeek battling to get over there. Lenkeek and Erdahl can't quite get it as the Mammoth send it the length of the ice for icing, trying to take the pressure off their goaltender. Time of that whistle, 13:17.
Scoring for Shakopee, number 90, stacked by Elke, and the goal, 109.
So official scoring by Elke. They did not announce any assists, but it looked like it came from Chesbo. Oh, shot in on goal. That was by Esch and gobbled up by the Mammoth goaltender. Out to the point, Violet cycles it around to Esch. Esch spins it down, just out of the reach of Flom, comes to the near boards. Flom and Kuiper collapse on it. Now Violet playing back, gets up as the Mammoth try to ice it. We send it in, they wave off icing. Flom chases after it, gets a stick on it, slows up the puck, but the Mammoth do pick it up and get it up out of the zone. Swinging the puck over as Esch trying to connect with Culver. Culver taps it up ahead. Flom goes to the races, but Mammoth able to tip that up and out. Flom hurries back, and there we have an icing as Flom was one step away from the blue line before the puck crossed in. All right, Johnson spins. Send it to the direction of Bielke. Now Chesbo picks it up. Chesbo marching along the far side. Centering attempt. Oh, hit a skate. Here is Giesecke sending one in. Bouncing puck in the slot. And now the Mammoth just send it over to the sidewall to get it cleared. There's Bielke trying to get a stick on it. Lenke holds. Lenke cycles it over to Giesecke. Giesecke has a bounce off his stick, and the support of Johnson dumps it back down deep. This line is looking good so far. Giesecke able to now had the zone held for a moment, and now loses the puck. Giesecke, Sabres good at the line. He dumps it back in. It's a rolling puck, rolls right onto the Mammoth stick. Mammoth spreading out, and they tip it and send it in towards the net. Johnson taps it to the side. Giesecke catches up. He loses an edge, takes a Mammoth player down. I say that's a fair trade. Oh, collision on the far side. Chesbo down in a heap now with another Mammoth player. So I guess if it's a one-for-one battle, it's okay. Johnson in. Now he's waiting for support. Johnson looks to send it back to Giesecke. He brings it over out to Lenke. Lenke cycles right to Giesecke. Good idea. Giesecke floats it back down. Chesbo on flattened in front of the crease. I'm not sure what happened there. Now Lenke spins it wide, hits Giesecke. Giesecke tries to clear it. Now he does. He sends it down the length of the ice. Icing upcoming at 11:06. This time on the Sabres. All right, looks like we're going with the line Erdal, Bravo, and Lewis are your three forwards. And we got, Violet and Kuiper out there at D. Kuiper battles with one Mammoth player. They look to center. Oh, they almost connected. Here Lewis picks that up on the far side. Lewis looked to clear it across the ice. Here he, big high stick lift, connects with Bravo. Bravo has the support of Erdal now, but gave time for the Mammoth to get deep. Erdal puts the brakes on, spins, sends it out to the point, out to Violet. Violet lifts one. Great shot right in on goal. Goaltender is well out of the crease, but gets that cover. And after a little bit of pushing and shoving, we'll have a face-off deep in the offensive zone. All right, we're going to keep the same five out there for your Sabres. Erdal at the dot. Erdal gets it to Bravo. Bravo tries to send one in. It's blocked. I heard it off a shin pad there. Erdal digging deep in the corner. He's got Kuiper floating up high, hoping to keep it. Kuiper swipes it and gets it back down deep. Kuiper misses that swipe opportunity. And now the Mammoth trying to carry in. But good back checking by Kuiper forces no shot on goal. Spin around, and now Bravo to the rescue. We had one Mammoth there. Bravo shoulders and carries up. We have multiple people not able to keep their edge. Oh, Erdal floating in just behind Bravo, sent one towards the net, but could not connect. Here's Lenke fresh on the ice after a change. Sends one down deep, and now the Mammoth take the pressure off, and they just go rink wide and play some billiards on some angles. Here's Giesecke picking it up. Giesecke pressured. Mammoth able to dump it back down further deeper. Further deeper. I don't know if that's right. All right, Bravo picks it up now. Bravo cycles it back over to Lenkeek behind the net. Bravo, Lenkeek spins it right back to where two Mammoth are. They look to center. Now picked up by Esh on the far side. Esh bats one ahead, but Mammoth able to keep it there. Giesecke denies the shot attempt as he stops it. Giesecke hits the boards and connects with Bravo. Bravo marching ahead has two white sweaters. He's got Esh to his right. Bravo marches in, spins. Oh, hits the side of the net as he tried to do a centering attempt. Esh was floating there. And now coming back the other way, there's Lenkeek getting a stick on there and slowing up the entry for the Mammoth, turning over the puck, at least for a moment. There's a bouncing puck on Culver's stick. Goes to Lenkeek, and Giesecke tries to bat it ahead. Stripped of the puck by Lenkeek, and now sent along the boards back behind the goal line. Lenkeek hustling to cover that defender. Cleared away by Esh on that centering attempt by the Mammoth. They're poked, not quite ahead. Now Liam able to get it up out of the zone. Mammoth good at the line, poked up off the boards, hits the stick of a Mammoth, and so they'll have to gobble that up and play the puck. Flom now out on the ice, streaks after. They force a quick pass up to center ice. And now pass across the high slot, does not connect for the Mammoth. Now cycled around, Culver picks it up in the far corner. Culver gets it to Esh. Esh kicks it ahead, but loses the bouncing puck. Bouncing puck once again, not quite controlled by anybody. Here's Culver stepping around a few. Culver getting slowed up by the Mammoth, but stays with the play. Culver avoids a check, and they're in. Culver tries to feed Flom. Bouncing puck, spinning, it's still out loose. Kuiper there, Kuiper sends one in, just off the post. Flom sends one towards the net. And not able to get out of the zone. That was Violet holding the zone. It's right behind Bielke. Bielke loses it, but sends it to Violet. And now, Mammoth able to get it out. Good pressure and effort by the Sabres to get goal number 2 up on the board. All right, Mammoth, after all of that effort, iced the puck at 7:33. So we'll go deep in the offensive zone for your Sabres. That's Johnson at the faceoff dot. It looks like controlled by the Mammoth. Sent around Violet, first to reach the puck. Violet pulls it off the board, sends it bouncing just wide of the net. We had someone floating back there. There's Chesbo getting behind the net to Johnson. Johnson tried to send out to the point, but Kuiper was just a couple feet off the boards and missed the connection there. So Violet will have to retreat and collect it behind Brody. Now Violet comes up. He tries to find Johnson, deflected by the Mammoth. Now Chesbo gets it up and out. Johnson steals it away. Johnson marching in. He's around one. He's got Chesbo trying to go to his office, but the Mammoth able to take that away, and now they're coming the other direction. Lewis, fresh on the ice, strips him of the puck. And the Sabres send it deep as they work to change out their defense completely. Bouncing puck. Now Lenkeek has it. Lenkeek plays it up towards, that's Johnson. Johnson, looked to backhand it, but couldn't get a full connection. Austin Lenkeek holds the zone. Now he holds it once more. He's a one-man show over on the far boards. He dumps it deep, and Lewis goes after the puck. The Mammoth wrap it around, picked up by Giesecke. Giesecke swings it over to Lenkeek. Lenkeek has it poked off his stick as he was taking a swing. There's Johnson getting in on the effort, gets it to Giesecke. Giesecke loses it in between his feet. It's poked out there, shot towards the net, goes well wide. Erdahl gets it to Lewis. Lewis now marching ahead, gets across ice to Bravo. Bravo's got a little bit of room to move. Bravo misses the puck, and now the Mammoth turn it back the other way. A lot of effort for no shots on net. Here, back the other way. Mammoth in, shot, glove save by Brody Johnson. 5:47, time of that stoppage. All right, there's Erdahl. Gets it towards Violet. Violet tries to bat it ahead. There's legs and feet everywhere. Now Lewis able to gather that up. Oh, it doesn't get out of the zone. There Violet finds it, tries to spring Bravo. Mammoth turn it the other way. Violet once again holds the blue line. Now barely chipped in is the puck by the Mammoth. They're hard charging, trying to go after it. Centering opportunity out to the point for the Mammoth. They take a shot in, bouncing well wide. And now Lewis picks it up. Lewis springs. Bravo! Bravo had it stop on his stick, but Erdahl picks it up. Erdahl coming in with some speed. We can need someone to crash in front of the net. Bravo is going to the box. Oh, and a retaliation. They should take one aside there. Bravo got the initial penalty, and then the Mammoth came in and made a not so smart hockey play. So it should be one aside there if the refs call both. They're not calling both? All right. So interference is the call on the Sabres at 5:03. There was a retaliation, but the refs must have been blinking. All right, shorthanded for the first time by either team in this game. So Sabres need to control the puck and just get it out of their zone. Shot in on goal, cleared away by Kuiper before it could even get towards Johnson. Once again, a big block shot there by Violet. In on net, Johnson down, float and whistle, and lots of pushing and shoving as Johnson down in a precarious situation. Good job, Brody, for finding that puck and getting that covered. All right, refs discussing. I'm guessing they probably want this little bit of pushing and shoving after to get cleared up. They could have solved that by taking both on the Bravo penalty. They're swung around by Violet. Picked up now by Flom on the near side. Flom gets it up to the blue line, but not out. Shot in, gets cleared away by Kuiper. Kuiper, good with the angles, able to get it in there. Flom, hard charging, can't connect with the puck. Otherwise, we might have had a turnover deep in the offensive zone, shorthanded. There's Kuiper getting spun around as the puck got deep. Bouncing puck, cleared away by Flom from the close-in crease area. There's a block shot by Culver. Culver has some room. Culver, if he can get going, hits the red line and dumps it deep. That's going to clean off quite a bit of the penalty kill as the Sabres change all four. Fresh on the ice. Oh, can't connect with either. Johnson makes the stick save, taps it just ahead. Giesecke can't quite get it, and the Mammoth throw it in towards the net. There is Esch leaning in to play the puck. Giesecke wraps it around. It's going to be a slow wraparound, so gathered up by the Mammoth on the near boards. 6 seconds left in the penalty kill. Oh, Johnson with a sliding nice save as the penalty has expired. So Sabres back at full strength. And now picked up by Johnson. Johnson battling ahead. He's got sticks hitting him all over. Chesbo now picks it up. Chesbo keeps with the puck. It's stuck along the boards. And now the Mammoth able to pull it up. And Giesecke, oh, did he get called for a slash? No. Okay. He came down on that stick kind of hard. I think the Mammoth could have sold that one. Chesbo tried to feed it up. Out of the zone. Woo! There was an offsides as the Mammoth couldn't touch up before the puck trickled back in. All right, that's Johnson over to Chesbo. Chesbo tries to stick handle, leaves it for Johnson. Johnson marches in. Johnson wraps it down deep. Bielke, our lone goal scorer, taps one right out front to the center. That snuck up on the goaltender, and if that was the wrong angle, that could have been goal number 2 for the Sabres. There's Chesbo down deep along the goal line. Gets pushed in off the boards, kind of taken away from the puck. Puck comes out. Kuiper swipes at it, able to keep it deep for a moment. And now Okoboji not able to get it out of the zone as Kuiper hustled back to hold it in. Here's Bielke spinning, throwing it down deep. We have Chesbo getting pushed off the puck, but he maintains. Chesbo, just out of the reach from Bielke. Bielke is on fire this game, all over the place, getting his stick in the lane and making magic happen. Shot in, and snow after the fact. Come on, Mammoth. We don't like snow. All right. I guess the Sabres are a snow animal maybe too. I don't know. The Mammoth for sure are. All right, pushed ahead by Lewis. Lewis, if he can get going, he's got the speed. He's going for it. He's trying to do a stick lift. He stays with it and gets tied up and drug around. There's Bravo. Bravo gets an elbow to the face and goes down with the Mammoth player. And Mammoth get up and taken away by Lewis once again. Now stripped by from a good back check by the Mammoth. Backhanded up and out of the zone. Now Lewis moves ahead. Lewis chips it ahead one more time. He was kind of slowed up by the Mammoth. Now picked up by Erdahl. Erdahl along the boards, centering right across. Oh, we had a one-time opportunity by Bravo, but he was tied up by his defensive partner. Mammoth send it back the other way. She's a flittering and a floatering. And Lenkeek picks it up. He goes behind Johnson, plays up along the far boards. Puck slowed up. There's Erdahl and Lewis on that far side. Bravo comes up, picks it up. He's got a little bit of room to move. Bravo spins, sends it right back to Erdahl. Erdahl tapped it ahead, but it landed right on the white stick of a Mammoth player. 52 seconds left in this opening frame. There, Giesecke sent it up to Bravo. Bravo tipped it, but sent right back in by the Mammoth. That's Kuiper now sending it out of the zone. And Erdahl taps it ahead to get it deep in the zone. Flom, hard charging, picks the puck up. Flom, just has it trickle off the end of his stick. He controls it, plays it back and forth, centering attempt. He had Ash floating there, but they could not connect. Now centering again, reverse Flom now right in front of the net. There's Culver, sent out to Violet, 22 seconds left. Violet flips one up just behind the net. Flom goes after it. Flom pushes the puck towards the net, but stripped of it by the Mammoth. And now the puck comes up and out. Violet, 10 seconds left. Play it smart. Yep, just play it towards the boards. Good idea. And Mammoth, with 4 seconds left, slap it towards the offensive zone, but Violet denies that entry. And after one, your Sabres lead the Okoboji Mammoth 1-0. We'll be back right after this.
One hot and ready classic. We actually changed it with...
What? You've changed, Little Caesars. You've changed! They've changed, Balloon Bro. You've changed, Karate Man. How can you dance during a time like this? You've changed. Ah! Tell me why.
It tastes even better because we added 33% more pepperoni.
Give me one of those.
Walk in and walk out with the new Hot and Ready Classic with 33% more pepperoni.
Pizza, pizza.
I hope so. I hope you want pizza, pizza. All right, 28 seconds left in the first intermission. Your Sabres, the leading the Iowa team from Okoboji, 1-0 with a lone goal by Zach Bielke pretty early on in the first period, and the Sabres have held on since. All right. Brody Johnson back in net down on the far end. Your Sabres going from left to right on your television screen. All right, it looks like we got Johnson, Chesbo, Bielke starting up front, and Giesecke and Lenkeek back at D. Johnson wins it back to Giesecke. Giesecke tries to send it the direction of Chesbo, out of his reach. Mammoth gathered up, and that was, Bielke getting in the passing lane. He almost took it away. Giesecke gets there, sends it down deep, and we got icing at 14:43. Quick whistle to the start of the second period. All right, trickling in on that. Brody does not like that. Just covers up. We're going to take a redo. Hopefully the Sabres can win that faceoff. All right, still controlled by the Mammoth. Now gathered up, Giesecke skates around. He sends it around to the far boards. Bravo gives chase. Mammoth kick it ahead along the boards. I wish I remember what that yellow part was of the boards. It's got a name. Kick plate, I think. Kick plate. All right, poked out. Now Bravo picks it up. He's got a little room to move. And Sabres going on a power play? No. Slashing the call, but I think it's on the Sabres. No. We touched the puck. And so slashing on the Sabres. Giesecke to the box. And at 14-15, minor penalty assessed for slashing. So second penalty assessed to the Sabres, second penalty of the game total. Culver wins that, does his lone effort to try to clear. Big slapper goes well wide by the Mammoth. Flom spins, turns, plays it up off the glass and down the length of the ice. It is rolling, so that's going to be icing. It got up on its edge, otherwise that would have been a nice clear. 12 seconds off the clock for the penalty kill.
Yes, for slashing.
All right, face off. Culver took that. It looks like the Mammoth threw it behind the net. There is Kuiper spinning it around. Flom over on the far side has time. Bounces it up, through two. And if Culver can get going, we have a shorthanded breakaway. Culver in, he's turning the corner, shot! And right into the breadbasket of the Mammoth goaltender. Big opportunity for the Sabres as Flom found the bouncing puck to Culver. And Culver took it the length and got a shot on goal. That goaltender was well out of the net. If we could have held on to that and just tucked it behind him, that would have been a beaut. But Culver with a strong shot right into the net, and the goaltender made a good save. Bouncing puck held by Lenkeek and now picked up by Johnson. Johnson sends one just wide, low, and here's Chesbo battling ahead. Sabres shorthanded, body check. Not called as Chesbo avoided most of the contact. If he would have taken the hits, we could have been on our first power play. Loose out front and gobbled up like hungry hippo by the Mammoth goaltender. All right, Johnson at the dot. Chesbo to his left, shorthanded still. Sabres. Chesbo couldn't just quite turn it in time. Sabres good at the line. Chesbo dumps it deep. We're taking down to 27 seconds on the penalty kill. Lenkeek swings it wide over to Bravo. Bravo hits the red line. He dumps it deep smartly, and Sabres go to work in the offensive zone shorthanded. Played up along the boards, pulled off the boards, and sent to Mammoth player. Now forward pass up to one of their forwards. And we have Bravo back. Bravo disrupts the shot towards the net, and it goes wide. Poked up along the side, and now cleared away by Johnson. And Sabres back at full strength. There we go. Lost the play for a second. Here's Chesbo picking it up. We have Bielke fresh on the ice. Now picks up the puck. He pulls it off the boards. Bielke leaves it for Johnson, and now Bravo bats it ahead, but it hits the Mammoth player in the leg. We're playing tight game in neutral ice. They're poked ahead by the Mammoth into the far corner. Lenkeek first to the puck. He didn't get a full stick on there, so it just moved ahead a little bit, and the Mammoth dragged Bielke down, and here comes Bravo. Bravo finds Chesbo. Delayed penalty called, and your Sabres going on a power play at 12:02 as the Mammoth able to touch up. So penalties now, still led by the Sabres too, but now the Mammoth do get their own as number 37 going to the box for holding. Time the penalty, 12:02 holding on the Mammoth. Culver on the power play opportunity, wins it in the direction of the left winger. Now picked up, Flom gets a bat on it. Flom pressured into the boards, gets it into the offensive zone, but not very deep. Okoboji floats one up high. There was Kuiper making a play for it, and they step around. Now they have a shorthanded opportunity. Pushed away by, I think was that Violet? Got the puck pushed away from the Mammoth. Now up ahead. Both teams shorthanded. Whoa! that puck trickled in and just wide of the net as Johnson was down. It must have deflected off of somebody. They're along the near boards. Sabres on a power play, but it's all Mammoth right now. And played up ahead, gathered by Flom. Flom chipped it up, and now hits Culver. Culver carries the puck in. He's got Esch floating behind. Now Flom gets in deep. Culver races along the blue line. Culver shot, high shot, gloved down, and now cleared away. There was an opportunity there. I wasn't expecting them to just swat it out of the air, and so we weren't able to get a second chance opportunity. Now behind the goal, Kuiper picks up the puck. He spins it around to Flom, just misses Flom's stick, and so the Mammoth send one in on net. Johnson down to cover any daylight that there is on the net. 16 seconds left on the power play. Let's see if the Sabres can race and get one more opportunity. Culver, strong arms. He gets it deep and goes for a change. Flom after the puck in the near corner. Flom gets a stick on it, but the Mammoth able to push it up, around, and ahead. And that does it for the power play. Not much action there for the Sabres. All right, back to Lenkeek. Lenkeek tries to get it up, got it right in the skates of a Mammoth player, and so gets redirected back down deep. Bielke spins it around to the far side. Lenkeek and Chesbo give chase on that far side. They both collapse, and that's Lenkeek pushing it back towards the point. They tee it up and send it in on the backhand, deflected aside, and that's Giesecke battling, gets it up out of the zone. Now he's finding a lane if he can get going. Puck dribbled up right here in front of us, and now Johnson spins and sends it deep. 9:52 left in the second period. Out to the point, held by Lenkeek, and now Mammoth just tap it up to the red line. Sabres quickly come the other way. Bielke, our lone goal scorer, marches in, hard angle shot, and he's playing catch with the Mammoth goaltender as they held on to the puck as it went right towards the side of the net. All right, Erdahl at the faceoff dot. Out to Kuiper. Kuiper, pressure, just sends it over to Lewis on this near side. Lewis sends it back to Violet. Violet not able to control it as it was sent back. Here comes Kuiper. Kuiper swipes, gets it up towards, that is Bravo. Now Erdahl supports, and they get it into the offensive zone, but the Mammoth have time to gather that up. Floating back is Violet. Violet at the red line. He dumps it down deep, and the Sabres give chase. Spun around the far side, and that should have been offsides. No whistle, okay. Picked up by Erdahl. Erdahl spins, comes in, slow shot, and the goaltender makes the save and then jumps down and covers up. 8:57 left. All right, out to the point. Giesecke swings it. Oops, got to move the camera so you can see. All right, Culver gets a stick on it and goes right between the two defenders. Up to Flom. Flom marches in, pulls it off the boards. Flom picks it right back up. Flom in on his backhand now. Just shovels it deep into the zone, and the Sabres try to go after it. Spun out to Lenkeek. Lenkeek quickly reverses back. Culver pressed into the boards like a panini. Loose. It's in the feet of Lenkeek. Flom's offering support. Comes out. Culver back checking. Able to get it, and now the Mammoth just send it all the way down for icing at 8:12. All right, out to Violet. Violet, time, shot. Oh, makes a glove save. He just whipped out and flashed the leather. Need a license to be flashing leather like that. All right, Johnson over to Bielke. Bielke avoids the check. Johnson flips one up. Blocker save by the Mammoth goaltender. Kuiper pressured, bounces one up and gets it to Chesbo. Chesbo floats one right towards the net, And there was Bielke floating right behind. If there was anything rubber related on the ice, he was going to put it in the back of the net.
Really romantic.
All right, Erdahl wins it back to Violet. Violet, tried to put it to his forehand. Instead, it trickled away, and now the Mammoth march in the other way. Mammoth put a shot on goal. Johnson, with a glove save, knocks it down, but couldn't control it. And now picked up by Lewis. Lewis spinning. He's got speed. Lewis, if he gets going, chugga-lugga-lugga. Lewis in, shot, bounce, and goal for the Sabres. I think that's Lewis all alone. He went 200 feet and stuffed it in the back of the net. 7:30, time of the goal. 2 goals for the Sabres, 0 for the Mammoth.
Good job, Brody!
All right, it looks like Brody Johnson served his time. We're halfway through the second period, exactly. So now Lincoln Anderson in to serve the rest of the game as Brody Johnson perfect through 1.5 periods. And now pushed ahead. Lewis, fresh off his exciting goal, is in the corner first, and he gets run into along the boards. Lewis gets a stick on there, so disrupts the clearing. All right, so that official scoring is Lewis from Bravo. That was at 7:30 in the second period. There should be an interference. Oh, Erdahl was slowed up and run into. Not playing the puck. Here's Lewis again. Walks right in. Oh, just loses the handle. Otherwise, Lewis had an opportunity. Lenkeek holds the zone. Lenkeek made a play for the puck again, but now it comes up and out. Giesecke out for support to Lenkeek, and they send it back the other way. I can't even move my camera that quick. Bravo steals it away. Bravo in all alone. Holds, shot, low, and goaltender covers up as Culver and Bravo collapse. Number 12 for the Mammoth likes to push and shove. Don't get in front of him in a sail. All right, energized from the second goal by Lewis. Sabres now hold a 2-goal lead in the second period. Culver at the faceoff dot has it bounce up. He throws it to the corner and chases right after it. He cycles right back around. Flom gives chase in that near corner. Flom has the support of Kuiper there. Flom and Kuiper trade jabs back and forth to try to control the puck. Mammoth able to skate it up and out. Esch back offering support on the defensive side. Violet keeps him well to the outside. He's skating a lot. And losing the puck. Here comes Flom. Flom back, gets a stick on it, and offsides as the Mammoth throw it in. Flom hard charging, looking to get a breakaway himself. Forces the Mammoth to make a mistake and throw it in offsides. Yeah. All right, Johnson at the faceoff dot. Mammoth have it on the end of their stick. He's going to be on his backhand, so he cycles, makes a spin, sends it over to his defense, who's now uncovered. They lift it well high over the head of everybody and to the near boards. Collision there. Lenkeek tries to gather it up. He's spun around. Mammoth control on the side of the net. Shot in towards and scored by the Mammoth at 5-4-0 in the second period. So Mammoth come back with an answer almost 2 minutes later and get the seal cracked on their scoring. So Sabres still a lead, but only by a lead of 1. Anderson down to make that save as it's shot in on goal. Here's Giesecke trying to pick it up. He's got the support of Chesbo there. Chesbo kicked it and kept it along the kick plate, and Chesbo's trying to bat it ahead. Now gathered up. This is by Johnson. Johnson tried to find Bielke. It squirts right past the Mammoth, so icing waved off, but the Mammoth will be the first player there, although Bielke's hard charging. Now picked up, here is Chesbo as the Mammoth player turned himself up and down and shot in towards the net. There was a stick save by the goaltender. Lenkeek tried to pull it off the boards. He gets it up. Lenkeek shot in on the net. It's screened and shot again, blocked. There's Chesbo doing a backhand, but the Mammoth able to control it. Gisaki tries to step up, and now Lenkeek throws it in just off sides. That blue line needed to be about 3 inches wider. All right, looks like we got Erdal taking the face off. He's got Bravo and Lewis left and right of him. Oh, the Mammoth control that. They send it in wide along the far side. They put the brakes on. They're looking for any sort of centering pass. They go out to the point, shot in on the net, and yeah, control that, protect your goaltender. Anderson gets slapped after he had it under his pad. He's laying on his back right now. He is discussing with the ref at what point they're going to blow the whistle or get those Mammoth players out of his crease. Anderson with the save, 4:32 the time of that whistle. Erdal tries to win it ahead. He tried to float and break Lewis free. Mammoth turned it the other way. Here's Erdal picking it up. He uses some billiards. Oh, Bravo tried to pull it out now to Violet. Violet slaps it up. It hits the Mammoth stick. They go D to D and try to re-enter the zone. They jump it in deep. Icing waved off. Kuiper the first to reach it. Kuiper looks and waits and goes right through the skates of the goaltender. And now Anderson down and makes the cover on the side of the net. Here picked up by Flom, batted ahead. Oh, didn't get out. I thought he floated it up high. Gisaki hits Flom skates. Flom spins, gets it out of the zone. He gets it over to Esch. Esch now marching in one-on-one. Esch, has this puck poked off him. Esch spins, turns, gets down deep in the corner. They wrap it around over to Gisaki. He's got a little time. Gisaki tries to launch one towards the net, gets deflected into the near corner. Flom checked in the back, falls down. Mammoth player down as well. They're still both down there. Pushed off the puck and held by Gisaki. Gisaki holding the blue line nicely. Now a pile up there. The Mammoth able to float one out, and they got a 2-on-1. No, Esch back, hard charging. Esch makes a play for the puck. And shot, and goal. Mammoth scored 2 in this period to tie it 2-2. Both goals coming in the last 2 minutes of the period so far, with 3:15 still left in this second period. Mammoth doing a late change for their defense. Sabres looked well to control on the goals of of Bielke and Lewis, but now the Mammoth have been awakened. They go ahead and ice it down the length of the ice. 2:59 time of that whistle. We'll go deep in the offensive zone for the Sabres. Let's see if we can get a quick answer back to take the lead back from the Mammoth. Whistle dead after the ref dropped. I guess he didn't want Johnson to march in and take a shot on goal. All right, Johnson sends one right towards the net. Goaltender skates out and covers and wants a redo again. Johnson now wins it over to Bielke. Violet swings it. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, Kuiper. Violet tried to swing it to Kuiper. The Mammoth intercepted. Now Violet back. Violet swings it around to Bielke. Bielke moves it up the boards, but not out. Mammoth able to hold his own. It's along those near boards. Now it trickles up and out. Chesbo, one-on-one. He's got the support of Johnson now. Chesbo has Johnson ahead. Chesbo tried to, I think, find Johnson, but Mammoth turned it over. Kuiper at the red line. He's got a lot of snow in front of that Mammoth bench, and they carry it up and in. There's Violet getting stood up, but stealing the puck away. And Mammoth hold it for a moment. Now Johnson picks it up. Johnson goes to the inside, finds a little bit of breathing room, but there's two defenders in front of him. Johnson shot, got blocked, and the goaltender read that and covered the puck. And now Chesbo knocked down after he was just talking to their goaltender, probably saying sweet nothings. All right, Erdahl, Lewis, and Bravo up front. Lenkeek and Giesecke back at the blue line. Erdahl battling, gets it out to Giesecke. Giesecke slapper deflects off of a Mammoth player, and they're not able to get out as Giesecke got over to the far side. Erdahl carrying that right along a tight goal line. Shot and net off the moorings as Erdahl took a shot, and the goaltender stood up and knocked the net. All right, Erdahl, let's see, same five out there for your Sabres. Oh, shot in, just missed narrowly by Erdahl. Lewis tied up on the side of the net, poked out by Lewis, and now the Mammoth able to carry it up and out. They dump it deep and go to work. Giesecke back, Giesecke spins the Mammoth player. There's a pileup on the side. If we can get going, we'll have numbers. Here is Erdahl feeding up to Lewis. Lewis steps around the defender. Lewis, oh, the defender down. Shot! Bounces up and over the net by Erdahl. I just rode up on his stick, I think. Here's Giesecke from the point. Shot towards the net. Bounce up high again. Oh, and Bravo taking a hard check. And Sabres on a delayed penalty. Lenkeek cycles it back around. Bravo up and wants to score. Mammoth didn't have possession, but they quickly blew the whistle. Body checking with 59.6 seconds sends the Mammoth to the box. All right, Culver, Esch, Flom up front. Culver sends it right back to Violet. Violet, time, shot, in towards the net. Bounced weirdly off the leg pads of the goaltender. Flom now behind the net. He's pressured, has the puck pop up and over him. Mammoth on the far side, look to get it out. Kuiper says no and sends it towards the net. Bouncing puck, stolen away by Flom. Flom in the corner. Flom sends one centering towards, there's no friendly stick. Oh, and now the Mammoth find an angle to get it up and out, and icing is going to be waved off as the puck dies with some dirty ice. Swung D to D. Here comes Kuiper. Kuiper sends it up to Flom. Hits his skates. Flom spins, sends it into the zone, but Mammoth player waiting there. Here's Kuiper back once more. Kuiper sends it ahead to neutral ice, picked up by the Mammoth, and they skate in, and they skate around. Violet back. Oh, off the crossbar by the Mammoth. With 8 seconds left, now the Sabres carry. That would have been devastating to have that shorthanded goal. Flom sends one in, bouncing just wide as time expires. So we end the second period with lots of twos on the board. 2 for the Sabres, 2 for the Mammoth. Second period concluding. We'll be back for third period action with 31 seconds left of power play for your Sabres.
Little Caesars changed the Hot and Ready Classic and added 33% more pepperoni, which makes it 133% better pizza than before. I don't know, math is hard. It's really good. Walk in and walk out with the new Hot and Ready Classic with 33% more pepperoni.
Pizza, pizza. All right, welcome back. I hope you ordered your pizza. Pizza. All right, second intermission right now. Scoring action for that second intermission. I think we had Lewis early in the period get the Sabres up 2-0, and then 2 goals midway through the second period got the Mammoth not only on the scoreboard but tied the game. Right now, Sabres taking a power play for 31 seconds into the third period. This is a crucial period. Obviously, whoever wins this period wins the game. So let's hope the Sabres come out gunning. Paula? Huh? What's their name? third period brought to you by, I don't know, Little Caesars. Sabres going from right to left on your screen. And we're starting off with Erdahl, Lewis, and Bravo up front. Mammoth shorthanded for 31 seconds. And 15 minutes on the clock. Bravo picks it up. Bravo marches in. Bravo shot towards the net. Not covered. Oh, poked away by the goaltender after making the save. Centering opportunity to Lewis. Lewis just out of the reach and held into the zone by Culver. And now, once again, Culver holds the zone. He dumps it just deep off the inboards. And the Sabres look to go to work. Spun around by the Mammoth. Picked up by Giesecke. Oh, not held. And the puck trickles up and out of the zone. That will probably do it for the power play unless the Sabres can take action quick. And power play is over for the Sabres, so both teams at full strength. And we got to watch that as the good deflection. That's by Erdahl. Otherwise, they could have had a cherry picker get a puck floated up. Erdahl tied up and strong arm. Puck comes out to Giesecke. Giesecke sends it back down towards Erdahl, who's freed himself from the Mammoth's claws. And there's Lewis crossing over, disrupting the puck carrier. He swings it over to Culver. Culver quickly up to the Mammoth. Their door was open. They wanted to change. Instead, they had to quickly close it as the puck came right in front of them. Here's Giesecke picking that up. He pulls the puck around, and now Erdahl loses the puck and gets it right back. Erdahl spins, tries to connect with Lewis, and now intercepted by Bravo. And Mammoth try to carry it. Bravo following after the puck carrier. Lewis strips it away. Lewis pushed off the puck, and power play upcoming for your Sabres as Lewis felt the law going in his favor. All right, 13:30 time of that penalty on the Mammoth. So we'll have a minute and a half power play. Hopefully less with the Sabres scoring on this opportunity. So it looks like we're going Johnson, Chesbo, Flom up front, Kuiper, Violet back. That's your power play unit starting off this minor penalty. Johnson wins it back to Violet. Violet chips one up into the feet of Johnson. Johnson stays with it. Johnson sends one in towards the net and covered up by the Mammoth goaltender. If it's anywhere on the ground in front of him, he just gobbles it up. All right, out to the point. Kuiper has time. Kuiper has a block shot held by Violet. Violet gets tangled up, and Mammoth able to carry it out. Nope, they just try to get it out. No one playing for the puck there. Kuiper goes for it. Kuiper sends it over to the far side. Flom loses an edge as he was diving for it, and now the Mammoth come the other way. Violet and Kuiper back. Swing and a miss by the Mammoth. And they're cycling right around, cleared away. There's Violet and Flom supporting Anderson, covering the backside. Mammoth cleared it out. 48 seconds left in the power play for the Sabres. Mammoth with a short opportunity there, shorthanded. There's Flom battling. Flom chipped it ahead. He's hard charging, trying to keep it in the zone. Flom down. There's a heap of people in front of the box. Delayed penalty upcoming. This is going against the Sabres, so that power play has expired. Lost puck. Oh, Anderson slides over just in time, and the Sabres lose their power play with 24 seconds left. We're going to go 4-on-4 hockey for 24 seconds. Referees are discussing what they saw and if they saw anything hockey-ish. They don't know who to call for what or where or how. Interference is the call, and they're trying to figure out from their coach who did what. We think we saw something. We should put some of you in the box. Who should we put in the box? They are going to take the designated, looks like Kuiper, to the box. He did something. Nobody knows what they did, but the refs saw something, so they want to put Kuiper in the box. All right, so that negates our power play. 24 seconds of 4-on-4 hockey, followed by, oh, good block by Lewis. Comes up and out of the zone. Lewis, almost stole it away as the puck went to the side. there is out in the zone, and that's Giesecke getting it, or excuse me, yeah, Giesecke getting it to Lewis. Lewis is a one-man show, walking in, staying with the puck, now deflects up.
Shot the number 15, Grayson Piper for interference.
Giesecke plays the puck up off the head of a Mammoth player coming out of the box. So 1 minute power play now, abbreviated power play for the Mammoth as the Sabres send the puck deep in the offensive zone. Erdahl chasing after. He got a skate on it and it deflects back behind the goal. Oh, I'm not on camera. I'm at a weird angle here. Oh, run into. Here's Lewis back. Lewis steals the puck away. This is too close here. All right, Giesecke just sends one in, fluttering. It deflected off a Mammoth player, so just fluttered in deep. 31 seconds left on the penalty kill for your Sabres. Fresh on the ice, that was Flom missing the puck. He let it go, and Lenkeek is coming back to play the puck. Lenkeek chips it up ahead to Giesecke. Giesecke slowed it up. Mammoth in the corner, tried to steal away. Flom now over on that side. Flom gets it to Giesecke. Giesecke and Flom tied up. Flom doesn't have a stick. White going to the box for slashing. Flom without a stick, so great whistle. 8 seconds left. We'll have 4-on-4 hockey, and then we're going to go to a minute 22 of power play for your Sabres. So Mammoth to the box. 4 slashing at 11:02. 8 seconds, 4-on-4, and then Kuiper gets out of the box, and we will have 5-on-4 Sabre power play. Mammoth coaching discussing with the refs. Ref illustrating what they saw. And Mammoth coach sits down. All right, Mammoth batted up ahead. And now we have Kuiper out of the box. So it's a Sabre power play. There's Violet calling for it. Violet tried to send it up to Culver. Culver gets it up and out of the zone. And now picked up by Flom. Flom hits the blue line. Flom on his backhand, marching in. Flom leaves it over for Bravo. Bravo pushed off the puck. Comes up. Violet steps up into it. Violet shot in on net. Oh, deflected just wide. There is, Flom going down in a heap. No arm up. And Mammoth looked to come up and out. Violet redirects the puck the other way. Flom still off after getting checked into the boards. And so offsides on the Sabres. 48 seconds left in the power play for the Sabres. 10:19 in the game. That's Johnson over to Chesbo. Chesbo hits the red line, carries, pressured from the backside the whole way. Shot in on net. And goaltender, again, well in front of the painted crease, covers up. He doesn't like anything floating out there. Out, Chesbo floats one up. Oh, just out of the reach of Bielke. Had it bounce over his stick and head. Bielke looked to center. Here out to Violet. Violet time. Shot in on net. Chesbo down, and we have a Sabre 5-on-3 upcoming for 21 seconds as the Mammoth showed their horns. What is that symbol? What is that symbol? Mammoth showing their horns? I don't know what that was. Interference? Oh, it was X'd. I didn't see his arms X'd. It looked like he was going, oh. All right, 5-on-3 for 21 seconds, followed by a minute 9 of power play opportunity, unless the Sabres can get a quick one. We're going to get a quick one here with Erdahl, Bravo, and Lewis up front. Erdahl sends it right over to Lewis. Lewis leaves it for Giesecke. Giesecke taps it up to Bravo. Bravo holds it, gets it back to Giesecke. He's got time. Giesecke tries to tee one up, loses it over his stick at the blue line. So the Sabres forced to retreat. That is Culver sending it to Erdahl. Erdahl going to come in with speed. Erdahl stays to the outside. He's got Bravo crashing. And now we're 5-on-4. Cherry picker, and thankfully Culver redirects, sends it in, blocked off somebody. And now here's Erdahl chasing ahead with the puck. Erdahl levels a Mammoth player. Lewis couldn't settle the puck down, and now the Mammoth come up and out. Giesecke has to get back. Giesecke redirects. No, it's held into the zone by the Mammoth. 2-on-1. Shot and saved by Anderson, shorthanded. And there's Lewis trying to gather up the puck. Lewis chips it up towards the direction of Erdahl. It bounced off somebody and now picked up by Bravo. Bravo has it bounce up off the stick. Here's Giesecke at neutral ice, leaving it for Lewis. Lewis goes wide. Lewis shot towards the net, and it's somewhere in the goaltender's safety apparatus. Looks like the glove. So 26 seconds left in the power play. 8:48 left in the third period for your Sabres. All right, Johnson, Bielke, and Chesbo up front. Kuiper and Violet back at the blue line. Referee is explaining how to play the game to the Mammoth coaches. And now we're back. 8:48. Iced by the Mammoth, sent all the way down. That's going to take off about 5 seconds of power play time for the Sabres. 8:42 left in the third period. All right, Bielke to Violet. Violet pressured, throws it right back to Bielke, who's got a little bit of space. Bielke centers. Oh, it's loose out front. And to Kuiper. Kuiper shot. Directs just wide. Now Bielke once again, oh, he tried to center. And up to Violet. Violet all the time in the world. He launches one in just a little bit wide. Chesbo marching over to the puck. Chesbo hits it. Chesbo centers. It hits off of a Mammoth player. Fresh out of the box. The Sabre are back at 5-a-side. They just dump it deep as he comes out of the box. And they cycle around. They're below the goal line. Centering opportunity. Oh, no. Chesbo, too much stick handling right in front of the net, and thankfully gets up and cleared. Woo, that's scary. Mammoth throw it in. Hits off of Kuiper. Violet picks it up and sends it towards Johnson. Johnson has it bounce over his stick. Chesbo hard marching. Chesbo keeps it in as he slides down. Johnson attacks the puck on the side. Kuiper not able to hold his own, so he's got to wait until we tag back up. Chesbo was one step away. Kuiper threw it in. So we are offsides at 7:40 of the third period. 2-2 game here on Chuck B. Hockey streaming on YouTube. Culver Ekblom up front. Giesecke, Lenkeek back for the Sabres. 5-on-5 hockey. First time in a little while here. Good stick lift by Flom right here along the boards. He gathers it up, or runs into a Mammoth. Now it goes right into the legs of a Mammoth player down on the ice. They chip it into the near corner. Giesecke goes to work. He is pushed in face first. He's got the support of Flom. He sends it up around just past Flom's stick. And they look to center. He's on his backhand out front, spins and sends it back into this near corner. Giesecke and Flom meet. Flom catches up with the puck. He gets it up to Culver. Culver has it bounce off his stick the wrong direction and gets out of the zone, but Mammoth control the puck. Mammoth quickly cycle it up to this right winger, and that's a good defensive play by Giesecke to keep it outside. Oh, centering attempt all alone. Shot and goal. Mammoth with their first lead. Put the pressure on, and they had a left winger floating out front. So 3 unanswered goals by the Mammoth get them ahead in this game.
Scoring for Boji, number 97, Landon Myers, assisted by number 37, Ryden Begley.
All right, we needed 1 now. We need 2 in order to win this game. All right, Violet sends it up to Lewis. Lewis already got a goal in this game. He's drugged down on his knees. Now leaves it for Bravo. Bravo backhands it towards the net. Goaltender swaps his stick and pushes it aside. Right out front! And we had Erdahl there who couldn't pick up the puck. And now out, and Violet holds the line. Violet throws it right up in the head of Lewis. And Okoboji just sends it softly down, and it's going to be wide for icing. There's a delayed whistle. 6:09. We'll go deep in the Sabres offensive zone. Johnson wins it back to Gieske. Gieske shot, blocked out front. Gieske has it then come out. He swings it over to Lenkeek. Lenkeek reaches for it, now has to take a big turn and sends it in towards the bench area of the Okoboji. Bielke got his skates on there and holds his own for a moment. Now back out to Gieske. Gieske sends it over to Chesbo. Chesbo gathers that up. He dumps it deep, and the Sabres go to work. 5:44 left, down by 1. Here's Bielke, shot towards the goal, and it's loose, and a shove after the fact. And now the goaltender is hitting a kid down. Come on, refs, let's get this under control. This late after the whistle antics, not good. Discuss, put someone in the box for this after the whistle dump. Shenanigans. No, they're not. They're going to let it fly. All right. 5:40 left in a 1-goal game. That's not what you need to do. All right. Johnson tried to spin it back, but it was a soft puck, and now Mammoth come in. He's kept to the outside. Gieske with a great defensive play takes away that shot opportunity, and now he gets it picked up. He's covered in snow. Ref in the way. Ref loses his feet. And now bouncing puck to Lenkeek. Lenkeek gets it up to Bielke. Bielke carries. He sends it rink wide over to the far side. Chesbo marching in. Okoboji tried to headman pass, but it was deflected by Gieske. Lenkeek picks it up. He backhands it in the direction of the bench. Ooh, that could have been too many men almost. Okay. Okoboji picks it up. They softly send it in. Gieske loses the puck. Lenkeek finds it, sends it in off the boards, but Okoboji picks that up. We're both teams going for a change there. Okoboji good at the line. 4:42 left in the third period with their slim 1-goal lead. Oh, numbers all day as Kuiper goes down. Delayed penalty. Chesbo trying to control the puck. Anderson not coming out of the net. Anderson should come out of the net and try to get that extra attacker. Culver controlling it, and there's the touch, and Sabres going back on the power play. Let's see if we can be effective on this opportunity. Hooking, the call on Okoboji. Minor penalty at 4:21, assessed to Okoboji. Power play opportunity for the Sabres to try to tie up the game. Erdahl, Flom, and Culver up front with Kuiper and Violet back. Flom and Violet hard charging. Okoboji in and scores shorthanded. Okoboji took advantage of a loose puck and skated down and got a goal short-handed. Coaches need a timeout, hopefully. Call a timeout, coaches. Figure something out. Guessing your kid? Power play has not been effective for the Sabres so far this game. Kuiper again run into the end boards. Now loses a stick. Okoboji loses the puck. Bravo gets it up out of the zone. That is offsides. Both refs out of position. Swing and a miss by Okoboji. Here's Kuiper staying with the play. Kuiper gets it up to Bravo. Now down by 2, we need to score 3 in order to take possession back and win this game. And there's Lewis. Pee-wee, there's no body checking. All right, Kuiper sends one in. It's loose out front. There's Bravo spinning, sends it in. Backhand, just goes wide. And puck again loose. Everyone's falling down on that side. 27 seconds left on the Sabre power play. And now Lewis gets drugged down again. Puck trickles down. Violet having to chase back after it. Okoboji just smartly dumps it deep to kill off more precious seconds of the power play. Wrapped up around from Kuiper to Bravo. Bravo centers it and tried to spring Lewis. And there's a whistle. 2:53 with 3 seconds left. Okoboji carries in offsides. Okoboji playing Iowa Bantam hockey at the Pee Wee level. Lots of body checking, not getting called. All right, Erdahl wins it over towards Bielke, carried in for a moment, and now picked up by Erdahl. Erdahl finds the puck on his stick blade. He's skating in. He's on his backhand. He tries to cut around. He's still protecting the puck. He shoves it ahead. He tries to pull it off the boards. He's got the support of Bielke. Bielke centers one in towards the net. It's loose and gathered up behind the net by the Mammoth. And now we have Bielke and Lanky hard charging, trying to catch up to it before the Mammoth player. There's icing as the puck trickles past the goal line. 2:25 left in the third period. Sabres down by 2 now. We got to look to the net because I think we might have an empty net situation here real soon. Or we should have an empty net situation here real soon. I think if we win this face-off, we hopefully will see the bench. Oh gosh, we did not win the face-off, and in fact, the puck goes deep into our zone. Lenkeek picks it up, uses the backboard, swings it around to Chesbo. Chesbo finds Erdahl. Erdahl spun around, bouncing puck, and controlled still and sent in on net by the Mammoth. 2:05 now left in the game. Sabres trail by 2 after that short-handed goal just a minute ago. Sabres need a hero. Let's see who can become their hero and get a couple of quick goals. Johnson at the dot. Johnson leaves it for Flom. Flom gets it ahead. Flom tries to block the puck. Mammoth send it back down deep. Kuiper sends it up along the boards. Flom gets it up and out of the zone. Mammoth and Johnson gives chase. Johnson, if he can get his feet moving, could have an opportunity. He's struck down. Flom back late. It's loose, and the goaltender somehow, some way holds on. Where's the puck? Puck was not loose, blown dead. It was behind the goal. All right, ref is now arguing with somebody outside of the glass, down on that far end. Flom throws one in towards the net. Yeah, it's one of our parents down there. Okoboji carries into the zone, kept wide by Kuiper. Kuiper swipes and gets it off their stick. Flom tried to break free to Johnson, but it sent it just behind his back. 1:26, we still have Anderson in net. We're looking for an empty net situation. There's Flom taking it away. Flom, tight angle shot. Goal for the Sabres! 1:18, the time of that goal. Sabres get within 1 of the Mammoth late in the game. All right, now for sure we should be seeing Anderson streak once we take possession of the puck.
Scoring for shot repeat number 88, Aiden Flom, assisted by number 73, Oliver Johnson.
All right, Erdahl, Bravo, and Lewis. Here is Kuiper picking it up. Kuiper hits the red line, dumps it deep. We got to look, 113, Anderson going to the box, or going to the bench. So we have an empty net situation, extra attacker for your Sabres. Puck in the corner, bounces out to Erdahl. Erdahl, slapper in just wide. Culver fresh out on the ice. Culver throws one back towards. We have Lewis and Bravo both sides of the net. And here Erdahl picks it up. Erdahl, tight angle, loses an edge, stays with the puck, gets it to Bravo behind the net. Bravo's kind of slipping and sliding on this slippery ice. 47 seconds, sent out to the point to Violet. Violet, good shot in, and a glove save by the Mammoth goalie. 42.4 seconds left. Your Sabres trail by 1. Timeout called by the Sabres. They're going to draw up a plan of attack. Don't do it there. All right, refs discussing a little bit here. They're just talking about apparently what a great game the Shakopee Sabres are playing, and they expect them to fully take the lead here in the next 42 seconds. I think I can hear them saying they didn't know that anyone from Iowa could skate. They're surprised by that. They also thought the Mammoth were extinct. One's trying to argue that the Sabres are extinct too, but then they point out that both the Mammoth and Sabres are hockey teams in the NHL. All right, timeout is expired. Sabres deep in the offensive zone are going to go with 6 attackers. Mammoth without a goaltender. Oh, now he appears from there. I thought they were going to be an empty net for us. That would have been brilliant. All right, Erdahl at the dot. Bravo sitting back just a little bit, goes over to Lewis. Lewis cycles it back to Violet. Violet throws one right in on net and right into the pocket. Great shot by Violet. That's how you score goals, is hope for it to bounce down and just tap in on the stick of a friendly. We're going to do it again. Here's Erdahl at the dot. Erdahl wins it once again over to Lewis. Lewis now this time centers. It's on the stick of a Mammoth player. Kuiper over, holds the zone. He cycles it back down deep. Mammoth now have it and get it up out of the zone, taking away precious seconds and thrown in offside. Gross. Oh, we're really zoomed in. Sorry, let me try to help that out there. 21.2 seconds. Sabres trail by 1 late in the game. Empty net for the Sabres trying to get the tying goal. This is for 3rd place of the O-Town Showdown here in Owatonna, Minnesota. Empty net blocked by Kuiper. Otherwise, that might have been going between the pipes. Culver bats it up ahead, and now Kuiper takes control. Stolen away shot wide of the net, and Violet takes it away. 3 seconds, and that's how she's going to do her. Mammoth come and upset the Sabres with a flurry of goals in that second period. So Sabres finished 4th in the O-Town Showdown here in Owatonna after a hard-fought effort, but couldn't hold on to the lead for the full 45 minutes of gameplay. Thanks for watching here at Shaki Hockey Streaming. We are off the air. We'll be back, I think, next weekend for some history games. Thanks for watching.
Coaches, please collect your trophy. Bye.